when India gained independence on 15th of August 1947, we were still a dominion under the British Empire. What does that mean? Well, it means that we were figuratively still under the British Empire, although we had the liberty to self-rule, which basically meant that the British would not be able to be part of our active politics, but we would figuratively still be under the British Queen. This is what the map of India looks like now. But when we gained independence, it looked way different. The territories colored orange were directly under the British, and those that are in blue were majorly dependent on the British for military assistance. The territories in blue were still ruled by kings when India got independence. It was important to know which kingdom would be part of which country or which dominion. Now you keep hearing about the partition, India and Pakistan, and this was done on the basis of something called a two-nation theory, which the British had crafted at that point in time, basically stating very clearly that Hindus and Muslims were two separate countries. Now, India was in no form the way it looks now. It must have been a mammoth task to unify all these smaller kingdoms together to make a diverse and amazing country like India. So you may now realize the immeasurable debt we owe to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. You may also realize why his statue in Gujarat is also the tallest statue in the world as of now, and it's called the Statue of Unity because he actually did unify the country. So these 500 odd chiefdoms had to accede to India, and therefore the day of independence, Patel and VP Menon, the then constitutional advisor to Lord Mountbatten and later the secretary of the Ministry of States, began using all the tricks in the book, including the use of both force as well as friendly advice, to achieve their integration with the Indian Dominion. Most rulers agreed to join India and dissolved their respective kingdoms or princely states. They surrendered control over thousands of villages, jagirs, palaces, institutes, money. By 15th August 1947, the integration of the states was almost complete, apart from a few that held out or simply delayed signing the instrument of cession. Here are the states that posed a problem. Now, Jodhpur, since it was in geographical continuity with Pakistan, it thought of getting a better deal from Pakistan essentially, and however, with a few warnings, a free supply of arms, railway connectivity with Kathiawar, Sardar Patel did try to sweeten the deal, but eventually he had to threaten with the fact that the people of Jodhpur were Hindu and they would revolt should the state decide to join Pakistan. Eventually, Jodhpur gave in. Junagadh, Hyderabad and Kashmir were the other problem areas. Junagadh actually did accede to Pakistan, and Hyderabad and Kashmir declared that they intended to remain independent. Now, Junagadh had a predominantly Hindu population, about 80%, whose Muslim ruler decided to accede to Pakistan on September 15, 1947. But the outraged people of Junagadh rose against the Nawab's rule and forced the ruler to flee to Karachi with his family and form a provisional government there. Patel asked Pakistan to take back this accession and hold a plebiscite or a vote. When Pakistan refused, he sent the Indian army to annex the princely state on November 1st, 1947, and eventually there was a plebiscite which they won with a 99% majority, and therefore Junagadh became part of India. Now, Kashmir's situation was just the opposite of Junagadh. Kashmir had a Hindu king ruling over a predominantly Muslim population, 77% Muslim, and it was reluctant to join either of the two dominions. Kashmir had signed a standstill agreement with Pakistan, asking Pakistan to continue trade but stop all military or other invasion, as it took time to take a decision to whether to join India or Pakistan. 22nd October is when Pakistan sent 5,000 rebels, Poonch rebels, Lashkar's army, and a desperate Maharaja decided to sign an agreement of accession with India. India in return provided immediate military assistance after the Indian military pushed the Poonch rebels to an area that's almost Pakistan occupied Kashmir now. So Nehru took the Kashmir issue to the UN, and the UN decided that once the area was demilitarized, a plebiscite or a vote should be held. something that Pakistan had refused in the case of Junagadh. However, India and Pakistan could not figure out a way to demilitarize the region, so Kashmir adopted the Indian constitution formally in 1956. Meanwhile, things in Hyderabad, the largest and the richest of all princely states, was still unsorted. Hyderabad had blatantly refused to join the Indian Dominion. Both requests and threats from Patel and other mediators had failed to change the mind of the Nizam. The Nizam kept expanding his army by importing arms from Europe. Things took a turn for the worse when armed fanatics called Razakars unleashed violence targeted at Hyderabad's Hindu residents. Patel acted again. On September 17, 1948, Indian forces marched into Hyderabad under what came to be known as Operation Polo. Operation Polo lasted for 4 days, ending with the Nizam to surrender and merge his kingdom with the Dominion of India. 13 months after, India had become an independent country. Patel also integrated Lakshadweep in time, ensuring that the beautiful coral atolls remained with India. The attempt of the Pakistani Navy to seize Lakshadweep was thwarted when Patel acted with alacrity and to send Indian naval ships to defend the island. This is how India became the India we see and know today, and all credit goes to Sardar Patel. The reason why Republic Day is celebrated in a way more grander way than Independence Day is because this is the day when India formally followed one legal procedure, the Constitution of India, and being a diverse set of kingdoms, it's important to note how this one document gets all these separate states together.